Woohoo indeed. Hello. Welcome on in, everybody. Hello. All right, I don't know where I'm going with that. I don't know. Happy Wednesday, y'all. Good to see you. Welcome on in. Lovely to have you out here. Hi. Anybody else here? fWhip keyboard.
Pleased to meet you.
Sheesh,
Maybe.
it feels like just like maybe a month ago that I became a member, but it's already been 46 underscore fWhip part. How has it been that long
How are we doing
already?
today? Hello, everybody. Miss May, what's going on? Yelled envelope. Hello. Cherry, what's up? Noam, Dawson, Leo, Man on Fire. Howdy, y'all. I don't know why I said howdy. It felt right. Tomorrow, what's going on? Ariana, hello. Milk, what's up? Martin, hi. Daring, hello. You have arrived. Welcome on in. Baza, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the biddies. Another woo. I appreciate the woos. You know, I'll throw a woo. Who else have I got over here? Lancelot of Camelot, thank you so much for the 5 months, dude. Valentine, thank you so much for the 17 months. Appreciate you. Super Taco, thank you for the 37 months. Country Bell, thank you so much for the biddies, and I appreciate y'all being here. Welcome on in, friends, and YouTube friends. Be sure to click that little cheeky like button for me. It helps me out a bunch. But I really appreciate it. I don't know why mine is saying I'm a tier 3 supporter when I'm only subscribed and not a member. Well, I don't know, man. It doesn't show on my side. Pooch, what's up? Moira, hello. Oh, go for the lurk. Enjoy. Kex, hello. JVM, what's going on? How goes it? It goes pretty good. What time is it for you? It's almost noon.
Cha-ching!
Bart, how we doing? Welcome on in. Thanks so much for the gift membership. How am I doing? I'm pretty good. I'm a little sleepy today, but I'm good. I got a bike ride in this morning, and I've just been working on some new build stuff and some did a little bit of recording, and so you know I'm doing pretty good. Our creative vibing today, yeah, I am just having way too much fun building in creative right now, so I'm just vibing out in creative mode for stream. Sounds real nice. Do you have cats? IRL? No, I do not. I had cats growing up, but never. I haven't had any. I've never had my own. It was always like a family cat. We had barn cats growing up, but that was about it. English isn't here yet. I've just awoke. That's fair. I got 2 dogs. I got 2 huskies, so they're basically as close of a cat as you're gonna get for a dog. They're very cat-like. Country Bell, thank you for the biddies. Appreciate y'all jumping on the hype train. Thank you, my friends. I'm starting to use Axiom. Is it really that big of a time saver? Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a slow start while you're learning it, but after you learn it, it's real nice. I want to buy Patreon, but I don't have PayPal and credit card. I can't help there. I'm sorry. I don't have a workaround. If you could maybe get it off of Google payments and become a member there. I don't know if that can go to for what you got, but I don't. I can only accept the payment things that the platforms that I am on work. English hard. I don't know. Least favorite state in the US? I don't know. I've only been to probably like 10 of the states, maybe 15, and that's even just driving through. I kind of have like a general aversion to like middle America and the South, just for how flat it is. I feel like I'm just like, I don't really. I'm sure the people are lovely, but just like I have zero desire to like go really like the Midwest to the South in terms of like geographically and all that. I'm just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Not for me. Baza, thank you for the bits, dude. I appreciate it. Let's go. Channel membership. Unparalleled. Appreciate you. Welcome on in. How you doing? Overgrown cats, perhaps? Yeah. Yeah, Coda basically is cat energy. The like leave me alone cat. Just made an iron farm. I can't think of how to make it look like a part of my custom village. Turn it into like a ruined tower, like an old guard tower or something, and just slab everything or button it or whatever. That could be a good vibe. We're gonna bits.
With up.
Oh no. How many are coming back in?
Woo.
Oh no. Oh no. No, it's fine.
F Wednesday. Yippee dudes. How are you, sir?
That really was the worst yippee-ki-yay I think I've ever heard a bot try and say. Thank you for the donut. I appreciate it. I'm doing pretty good. So I did all of these, and I did this one. As I said, I've been having fun designing things in creative. So we've still got the street back here that needs to be worked out. But I even did like the plaza back in here has got some decoration in it now, so that's looking real sweet. This area back here I finished out and added some decoration into also. I really like this. I think I want to change this up just ever so slightly and maybe do like something here just to make it feel more boxed in. Maybe that could be like out here. But we're getting there slowly but surely. Maybe even like a tall grass right here could be kind of nice. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah. With the tree in here, we could do some leaf litter on the ground. It's gonna blend in pretty hard with all the browns and everything, but I think it kind of adds. Any way we can break up the Minecraft grid, I tend to like to do it. So even just stuff like that puts us in the middle of a grid. It's kind of fun. I also added over here, I thought this was really cool detail of just a door. This is my really cool detail that I added in. There's just a door here.
Nice to meet you.
I don't know why I thought it was so cool, but I'm like, I love this door. And that's the entire purpose of the door, is I put it there and I was like, wow, I like this door here. Juliet, thank you so much for the 1 year. Thank you. Enjoy the big old tree. Yeah, we'll do something like this. That looks nice. It's kind of a weird tree, but I also really like it. What's the highest fWhip supporter tier? I'm unsure to find it. I think Patreon has the highest possible one. There's like an emerald or diamond tier on there, but absolutely no pressure for anybody to support at that level. That's only if you absolutely wish to, but there's zero pressure or obligation for anybody to be doing that.
Keep it real.
The bot encountered the final boss of Tip Notes LOL.
It's true. Even bots, this is why we're partially safe from AI, is that they can't even say words correctly yet. This I feel like we could redo the back of and almost make it be like some like billboardy type thing. Could be kind of cool in here. I don't know why. I'm kind of feeling like just doing a bunch of little paintings could be fun for if we were just take this and do just like a bunch of little ones. I don't like that. We like this. Maybe not. Maybe we don't like that. Ever tried the Minecraft mod resource pack and texture pack of Conquest Reforged and it's also playable and creative? Have you ever looked into who developed it? My name's not on the credits anymore. I think I got cut a long time ago, but I was on the original mod development team that made Conquest Reforged. So, yes, I'm very aware of Conquest. Conquest was where I started my YouTube channel, actually. Let's do that. We're just gonna do one of our shrines. Candle. But I don't think I can do the back because that'll show through into here, and I like that just being brick. Why did you stop? Too complicated? Because Conquest Reforged is I got a lot of respect for the developers and what they're doing there and for the art style of all of it, but if you are trying to become a content creator, Conquest unfortunately is a terrible route to go to become a full-time content creator. Reason being is if you are playing Conquest Reforged and you're making content off of Conquest Reforged, you got to think about your potential audience to it. And then the more you think about that, the smaller your potential audience is actually going to be. So if you think about it, Conquest Reforged is first and foremost a Java edition. So you're only getting that potential audience of people who play Minecraft Java edition. And then from there, you're only getting people who play modded Minecraft are potentially interested in Conquest Reforged. And then even on top of that, you're also only getting people who are potentially interested in a full texture pack
so
of
close
Minecraft.
To a bigger tree. Big woods for fWhip. Hit the like, fellow fWhippers.
Baza, thank you so much for the 9 months, dude. Appreciate you. So if you start to think about Conquest as a business decision, being a content creator, it unfortunately does not make sense for content creators to make content off of Conquest Reforged. Just the ability to make it as a Conquest Reforged content creator is drastically smaller than the ability to do it if you're just playing general vanilla Minecraft, which was the main reason that I tried switching, or I moved away, was because I wanted to be more serious about turning this into a job. And I also had a lot of conversations with the development team back in the day about what we should do for the mod to grow it and change things up to make it more approachable for the general Minecraft community. And they wanted to go a different route than I wanted to go, which is totally fine. And it doesn't mean that my route was right or what their route was right or whatever it might be, but we had different design philosophies on how the mod should be developed to grow and change and try and meet to the more modern Minecraft modding community. I was very much also helping them with the survival implementation of it, which never came to fruition. And the main reason of that being is that the person who was in charge of it was trying to way overcomplicate the mod. I was like a number 2 on it, and they kept like vetoing my decisions on things. So I was like, all right, whatever, I'm leaving. Why not ask to implement it in Minecraft? You playing and ask for vertical slabs? No. Minecraft would never do that. Minecraft's never going to implement anything that changes the texture pack. It's never going to happen. Okay, I want to do a market stall up here. Right along this point. I want to get some shrubs. I kind of think smooth quartz and purple could be fun, just for the contrast. And then if we do like this. Once you're rendering simulation distance, I have Voxy installed, so it doesn't do much, but I play in 24 chunk render distance. Simulation, I think I play on 16. I kind of like the contrast of the dark oak fence against the white. I think that's kind of cool. What do y'all think that this should sell? We don't have a ton of space in here, but we got a little bit of space. I don't want to do that. I want to do... What would be closer? I wish we could have like a half banner, dude. I'll be honest. It would be really sick.
Keep it real.
Mini magic store markets, Dan.
I don't know if I'm magic. We're in the Dwarven district, so you got to think. We got to think Dwarven. What would a little Dwarven shop be? I've got one that's kind of selling candles right over here, so I don't want to do candles again because candles are a very easy default because there's so many colors, so it's really easy to decorate them. This is the color factory right behind it, but we could give them like a little. kind of thinking honestly like a little oven, and maybe they're cooking something. Like a pizza oven, but not, you know? You know? You know. I used to do this as a detail all the time, and I still love it. You do like this, do a little wagon, and we do like a bam. That doesn't work against there because it's already brick on brick. They got like a little vent for their oven. Why?
Pleased to meet you.
17 months. Much love.
Nah, I don't like that there. It doesn't have enough space. Rizia, thank you so much for the 17 months. I really appreciate you. Hope you're doing well today. Happy Wednesday. Not feeling that. Heavy cores? Wait, you think I got any heavy cores? Dropped 10 pics of my giant dwarven castle area yesterday. Nice. Maybe I could sell armors like in God of War. We need to get like a little forge. I mean, we could just do a little grindstone. We could do a smithing table. We give them a cauldron. And we just do like a blast furnace forge thingy. Let's work on a little blast furnace forge thingy. That is the technical name for it. We're gonna put it over here. We're gonna do bam, 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 and it's gonna break through the top here. And it's going to be tough.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah. Who was that? Statifier. Thanks so much for becoming a supporter. Really hate. This is like a little critique I have for the inventory layout now that they have. Why are my signs not with my oak? I know it's under functional block in here. Like, I get that. Why are my signs and my shelves not with my oak? It's not with, like, it's every other wood is listed in here other than your signs and your shelves and your hanging signs. Why? Even buttons and pressure plates are in here, which are also under the redstone. Why are they not? Why are they in here? Some things are in multiple tabs. I hate it. I don't like that there, so we're going to move it because I like the idea of it. And he's just going to kind of be out here on the street. He's going to be bleeding into the road. He's going to be pretty permanent set up here, I think. Tool repair shop. Kind of. That's a little bit what I'm thinking. Boom, 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 boom. You just need a little green. It is path after all. That they were also the first two vaults you opened. You got 2 heavy cores? Oh, dude, I was watching somebody's video this morning, and They opened their first ever ominous vault that they said and got a heavy core, and I was like, I hate this. I hate this game. I hate this game. It's fine. It's fine. You know what? When it happens, it's gonna be lovely. We're gonna be so excited when we finally get one. Turn gift subs equal painful heavy core stream. Thoughts, chat? Dude, that could be a long, long day of heavy core farming. I mean, I'm not gonna say no, but also like, I'm not gonna say instant yes. An idea for a market stall is someone who sells flint/obsidian for arrowheads. They also work as a flint snapper. Dude, if we could make obsidian arrowheads in Minecraft, that would be so cool. Man, that would be awesome. Okay, what do we want for the road here? I feel like it needs to be this kind of vibe. I do like in the city, on some of the roads, I just add these random patches of a different material into it, you can see. So I want to do that, and then we'll paint over with our big mask brush. It's probably going to be better, honestly, just to texture it by hand. It won't take too terribly long, but we'll see. Why can't we have a dripstone slabber stair? I want it so bad. All right, we need to like dither these into each other a little bit. So I'm just going to carry the mossy cobblestone in. And that can be a little bit along there. I also do like just generally having a little bit of mossy cobblestone in. Obsidian spear would slay. Dude, it would so slay. It'd slay so hard. Based off of that being down there, we need to merge that in a little bit. Same with this side. Oh, I just heard a spider fall somewhere. Oh, that's not usable. Where do I have a stair? There's a stair. Gonna be a little steep, but it's usable. fWhip, do you mine all the dripstone blocks, or do you have an automatic farm for it? I buy dripstone blocks from stonemason villagers. 1 emerald gets you 4 dripstone blocks. It's pretty sweet deal. Okay, we're gonna go to our noise painter brush, and I've got this road texturing one in here. I'm going to remove coarse dirt from it, and I'm going to remove jungle from it, and I'm just going to bump this up, and I'm going to bump this up to there. Okay. And we are going to be masking over smooth red sandstone. I did not mask over smooth red sandstone. I turned my active block to smooth red sandstone. That would have been really awkward if it couldn't undo it. I should have just done this by hand, because otherwise I'm just going to need to come back in anyways. That's fine. Right here, honestly, might be a decent spot for doing like a little deep slate plaza. I think I kind of want to do that. So we're going in by 1, and then that would be
keep it
maybe
real
by 2.
Cakes 717 wanna use cores in interiors. How evil, lol.
Oh no, if you put heavy cores in the interior, that interior ain't getting done like that. That's already a thing. Some people have tried, and I just delete them. No, those don't make the cut. I reserve right to veto any interior. All right, we'll just do that. Yeah, I think that looks nice. Deep slate emerald ore and ancient debris, no problem. Heavy cores, yeah. Ancient debris, it's one of those where I've had some people do the interiors and they just throw it in just to be funny, but it doesn't belong in the interior at all. So those get vetoed and get removed. But for something like an ancient debris, I'm blanking on who did it, but they did it as a pineapple in a shop, in like a grocery store. And that at least is somewhat of a valid use case. Still up in the air whether it needed to be there, but like it was enough that I was like, okay, yeah, we can swing it. We'll go get a heavy core, or we'll go get ancient debris for it, because ancient debris is one thing. A heavy core, that's awful. I guess we can get a little jungle in the slabs, because I don't really have many other options. It just needs variety. There we go. I'm not sure what other blocks would have worked as pineapple if a pineapple is indeed what they're going for. Yeah, it's inside a grocery store. So pineapple was the goal. What do we want to do here? Just a little thing there. Are we spawn proofed? First step obviously is just installing some. I mean, I still gotta detail out these. Both of these buildings are just color blocked in, but we need to get them detailed, so we got to do that soon. This point back here is just kind of gross. I mean, I could just extend the wall down and flatten it to be along with the road, but I kind of... You in path? Yeah. We're in path right now. We're in near the Fulge University, the little Dwarven district that we have up here. Dwarven district kind of occupies like this space in here. Mostly just the giant factory and a bunch of houses around it, but I wanted to do little dwarven tweaks on builds just to make the quarter feel more unique, you know? How do you change the stairs with only texture? It's part of the Axiom mod. You just need to go into, you need to turn on type replace. It's under this button, and you just turn type replace on. Barrel, beehives, scaffolding. Trying to think of like the other decoration-y stuff that we've done around here that I could put up. I feel like one thing that I wish I was better at is the random details around. I feel like they take me a long time to build out spaces like this that don't feel super repetitive. Because I think I can do them at least to a simple level. And then I look back at it, I'm like, pretty much every street is more or less the same stuff, just thrown around slightly differently. What's inside the factory? It's an automatic stained glass crafting place. So you load all your glass in up here. You click the color of dye that you want for it. And then inside of this, magic stuff happens. It all gets crafted, sent into the water stream here, which goes underground, takes it all the way over here into the color cathedral, and then it auto sorts it inside of all of these. It's sort of like big bulk glass crafting, so I really don't use it that much because it's one that only really works when you're dealing with like shulkers and shulkers of stuff, so I don't use it too often. Used it for end build, right? I did, yeah. That was kind of the reason why I built it, was for that, and then it just never really needed to be used again after. I like the build as an aesthetic, though. I think the build for itself is really cool. No, that's kind of dumb. Oh, there's no chimney on this building.
Keep it real.
Gotta sleep. Need it. Want it. Lost it. Bye, sir.
Hey, Bart, thanks for hanging today, dude. I appreciate the donuts as always. Have a good one. You should do a grid like you do with the trees. Oh, of like decoration stuff. Honestly, not a bad idea. I started this morning. I was just kind of goofing around and I ended up making a bunch of tree stumps for like oak trees that I want to have as more accessible things to drop into forests throughout the world. I feel like that's one of the things that recently I feel I've been doing a good job of the trees, but the under canopy of the forest that I make is still very lacking. So I would like to spend some more time on developing some of the under canopy area. I'll just do something like that back there. Just be some leafy stuff is growing in that dark corner. Nope. Sorry. That kind of blocks the road a little bit, so maybe we'll get rid of that. Hi from Brazil. Welcome on in, Bruno. What are you going to do with the planters in University Street? Honestly, I was kind of thinking we mess around with those a little bit after we finish this. I'm still debating on trees or just planters, which has been a debate in my brain for quite some time now, to put it simply. I have not made a decision still, and it's been a year almost. No, August will be a year. Well, August will be a year since the university was built, not a year since those planters were made. Which is a eek. I don't know why. Maybe this person likes pink. They like their little pink stuff. And they can have a little lamp. We used to do this all the time in Path. Little green up there. Can we stop all the grumbles down here, dudes? What the heck? Just gonna get rid of you. No more grumble. Is that doing that? Weird. Are we done? We're done. Thank you. You know a good seed to start my hardcore forever world? You just start. You click start game and you go. That's the secret. That's the Minecraft secret of forever worlds. There is no perfect seed. You make the perfect seed by playing the video game. Oh, sorry, Bush. What's a step darker than this? It's just ever so sweat. Maybe jungle one could be kind of nice. I guess mangrove. If jungle doesn't work, we'll just use mangrove. Kind of want a jungle because it's like we've used mangrove throughout before. Maybe we do mangrove into jungle back into spruce. It gives a little bit of that greeny bit, which is kind of interesting. If we also have our strip jungle in here too. Kind of unique.
Pleased to meet you.
Hi, fWhip, love and respect, my friend.
Hey, Jordan, thank you so much for the 28 months, dude. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Hope you're doing well today. I always copy everybody's builds. That's okay. I think copying builds inherently is not a bad thing. I think the only part of copying builds that can get bad is if you're like, hey, look at this thing I designed and invented and made myself. And then somebody's like, wow, that looks like a fWhip build. And you're like, no, it's not. I did it myself, I'm sure. And then people are like, you sure, bud? Like that's when making builds gets, or copying other builds gets bad. But if you're just copying another build and you're like, I want to learn, I'm too lazy to design something myself. So you know what? I'm going to go copy what fWhip did. Because I like it. And this is just my Minecraft world where I play and hang out and I just want to have fun. You know what? More power to you. What are you going to do if you die in this world? Probably cry a little bit. And then figure out what to do next. I don't know. I haven't got that far yet. I never claim credit. I'm just bad at building. Yeah, and who cares? If you don't want to build and you just want, if you don't want to design a build and you just want something cool in your world because you're like, you know what? I just want this thing here. Go copy a build. If anybody gives you a hard time for it, they're dumb. If it's just your little Minecraft world you got going on and you don't really care. I cried when your last hardcore world ended. Losing this one eventually will suck. Yeah, it's gonna be rough. That isn't in the script yet. No. Currently it just says question mark. Determine fake actor response later. When you want lots of views and need to go viral. Queue up episode hardcore death. Want to design, but I have no inspiration? Go to Pinterest. Go look up some inspo. And Marcel, thank you for the 22 months, my dude. You died in my 24,000 hour world. How many days is that? How many days is 24,000? Well, 24 hours is 1 day IRL. Would that be 1,000 days? Is that 1,000 days? Like not in-game days, but like 1,000 IRL days. No, I'm not liking this. Okay, it's because I need a different color. Where do you get your inspo? Pinterest, ArtStation, Google Images, YouTube, other video games I play, Life. Yeah, according to the internet, yeah, it's 1,000 IRL hours. How much of that is AFK time? Because, or 1,000 IRL days, that's over 3 years of playtime. No, just about 3 years of like in-game playtime. You got to AFK in that world though, right? Because otherwise, you're almost double the playtime Linksy has. I don't like the orange in here.
Keep it real.
So our world is
Love
6
the
years old.
alleyways. Check out the shambles of York for a great example of reference of narrow medieval city streets.
The shambles of York. Huh. Let's see. Dave, thank you so much for the dono. The shambles of York. Oh, yeah. Isn't that what the Harry Potter stuff was themed after? But that is cool, though. Yeah, that's a lot. I'm trying to find more like just like city street details. Like that's what I like. We got all the buildings in place. Those are looking good. I feel like I want that more lived in element to come through. If that makes sense. I think I want to take these. I don't know why. I've been really enjoying using signs as an extra banding. I just think it looks really clean. Just an extra little itty bitty bit. And out here, because we didn't put the supports on this section, just do that in there. You seem to love copper. I like copper grates or windows a lot because they give that little mosaic-y design to it. I'm just honestly not a big fan of glass on windows. I tend to not use glass windows all that often. We're in the city, are we? We are. There's the tree. There's the university. We're kind of in between them. There's the old town hall. So we're working like right here in the middle. Still don't know what I want to do here. That is something that is gonna need to be addressed. I feel that if we just bring this straight down, that's gonna be a very tall, tough wall. Could do some just rock bits. Can I spell, please? That was pretty rough. Hey, Rofo, what's going on? Flipping back and forth between my stream and my uni classwork. I'm waiting on grade and feedback on part 1 of the final of this class, so I can work on part 2. Ooh, nice. Hopefully good news coming soon. Something like that, and we'll texture it a bit. That works. Okay, cool. That'll do, because I still want to do the little playground in here. I know I haven't designed it, and that's like years old at this point, but I do think a small playground of sorts back there is a fun vibe. Let's bring in some mossy cobblestone, some pale moss maybe, and just do these 3. So make a little, like, there's some green coming down right in here. This can be a little extra green for where that's all maybe growing over. Pale moss, we're just gonna tap a few of them just to get some shadows. And also then we can grow some things if we want to put any grass growing off the rock or something like that. Then we can add those in. Grass, dry grass, bush, firefly bush, bush, grass, 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 dry grass, dry grass, dry grass. Firefly, 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 firefly! Lightning bolt! Love your stream, but gotta go now. All good, dude. Anon, thanks for hanging. I feel like you need evidence of children's shenanigans in the city. Oh, like, them breaking things or whatever. Is this all? It's not all spawn proof. Or them just causing a ruckus. I don't really want this to be like super bright back here, but we definitely need some amount of spawn proofing, because my goal in the end is that the entire city is actually spawn proof, which is going to be difficult because there's a lot of spaces that mobs can just spawn in here. I did do everything in the garden. Oh, I did not actually. So we're going to have to do a stream after we finish everything in the city as far as the exteriors go. And we're just going to run around and spawn proof all of these sections and whatnot. Hide some glow lichen where we can. Cover the rocks. And make sure that everything in the city and surrounding the city, at least for a decent way up the hills. Like, I'm not doing the entire mountain. That's stupid. That would be a waste of time. But I do want it to be everything within the city walls and also around the main streets and everything. All of it'll be spawn proof. Mostly because I think it'd be really, really cool. What do we want to do here? Do we want to... Ooh, we could go into like a granite. Exposed copper bulbs honestly kind of go hard. They are a pain in the butt to craft and get a bunch of. But I think if we divide this up here with copper bulbs at this layer, and then we can do something, maybe, I was gonna say sandstone, but there's sandstone right there. Thinking the red theme could be kind of nice. Maybe a light gray terracotta works better here. Childish shenanigans would include underage drinking, graffiti, random acts of arson, and hanging around random pedestrians. What you looking at, Granddad? Exactly, Dave. Exactly. We're just we'll make that in our Minecraft world. Yeah, that's definitely where we want to go. That's the lore we want to flesh out in this world. No music today. It should be playing. You know, it's playing. Maybe a little quieter than normal, but it's playing. What's with the dripstone blocked building? I don't know. We're still figuring it out. I do think actually that upper area we're gonna get something else. I don't know what that something else is going to be quite yet, but I do think I want something else up there. Just something that says children spend time here often would make a difference and making it feel lived in. Yeah, so that's where we're going to have a little playground back here. I need to look up Minecraft playground equipment because that's going to be a pain in the butt to design. So I'm probably just going to find some. Sorry, we're taking a break from that house because I realized I did halfway through this and then I did not finish it. But what would kids in a medieval city be found doing? They probably just running around the market and doing stuff in there. Or helping their families out. I've been recently really addicted to just putting double tall ferns everywhere. I think they're honestly one of my favorite foliage blocks right now. Double tall ferns, honestly, I think are one of the best foliage that we have. They're just such a pain to get everywhere that you want them. Hopscotch and horseshoes. True. I'm trying to think of like how could we make that. Ye old graffiti. Oh, there is definitely graffiti as far back as anybody can trace it. That is not a modern era thing. Okay. Here. Got an idea I want to try, actually. We were to just take... that. Crafter's too light. Barrel might work. Hey, Barry, how we doing? No worries at all. I just broke something. I did it. Wow, it actually did work out. It's kind of brown on brown from right there, but did you use some spruce sign? I like the idea of signs. I'm almost leaning towards dark oak, though. To be honest. Then we could take some... We need to figure out something slightly darker than spruce to throw in here too. What would you look like? Some brown wool, maybe? Yeah, that kind of works. I so wish we could cover that. I hate it. The inside corner needs a sign. Can't fit one. Unfortunately, can't get one. We got sign and sign. There's no L sign. Have you ever been terrible feud in your hardcore world? I mean, we've popped a few totems. All those have been pretty spooky. don't know if I've ever had a time in this world where I've been like, oh my god, ah. Like I've definitely had the oh wow moments, but I've never been like terrified, you know. You freeze block updates. Really? Oh, legend. Thank you. That's huge. Creative gamer with the creative building tips. Love it. I don't like that. I don't like it. I hate that I default to fence gates here, but like, it's hard finding ones that work better. That one's gonna turn that way just so it doesn't stick out quite as far. What have you done so far or since last stream? Since last stream, I finished all the houses up there. And then I built those two, that one, and then I color blocked these guys out. We still gotta do the roof on this. But so far in today's stream, we did that guy, we did that guy. Kind of getting this back alley sorted, and we're getting like we're trying to finish the Dwarven District today, is the goal. And then we'll go mess around with the harbor or somewhere else probably. I'm not a fan that that's forward and that's back, so I might. I know I said a second ago that I hate using glass in my builds, but I think I'm gonna just throw some glass in. That's gonna be a great. Can't really get a shutter around this. How are you today? I'm doing pretty good, yeah. I'm doing pretty good. I don't know what I want to do on this roof over here. That one I'm having a hard time with. Nearby side quests, but would you do anything with the big vault door left by the old town hall? Yeah, so that is going to be part of the chapel up above when the interior gets built out. There actually is an interior for that that's going to lead into a crypt.
1 month left, then it will be a whole year. Hope everyone is having or had a great day.
Phantom Whale, thank you so much for the 11 months, dude. I really appreciate you. Least favorite part of the city or just the world? There's a few buildings that I just don't really like. I think this is one of them. I really don't. I'm not a big fan of this building. I'm gonna leave it at this point because I know the interior's already been designed for it, and I'm not a big fan of rebuilding buildings. Oh, we have market stalls to build out here. I forgot. I'm gonna yellow. Hey, my reminder. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that building. I would say this one I'm not a huge fan of. I like the connection and throwback it has to my Empire Season 2 place, but I don't love it. I'm not a big fan of this roof here. I'm really thinking about changing out that bamboo and honeycomb. I really am not a big fan of it. Outside of that, though, I feel still generally happy with almost every single thing that we've done in the city. Maybe that guy's not a fave. I also need to figure out what the heck we're gonna do up here, coming to think of it. This spot, I've been thinking about, I know people a minute ago were talking about doing gardens and fields and stuff. Instead of putting buildings up here, I am thinking about turning this into a community garden spot. I think that could be kind of a cool vibe instead of trying to squeeze some buildings in here, because that would be very, very tight. Maybe we could have like a one building here or something, but that would be about it. How many wardens have you killed in your Forever World? 0. I don't really care about killing wardens or any of that type of stuff. I play this game to build. If there's a reason to kill a warden that is important to me, like it would benefit my gameplay, I'll do it. But currently the only reason to kill a warden in Minecraft is to get a skulk shrieker or to say that you've killed a warden, and neither of those things really matter at all to me. Or not a no, it's a skulk catalyst. You kill a warden, you get one of these. That is not a very usable building block in my opinion, so I don't use it too much. I don't really use any of the skulk. I would love to use skulk more often, but it's really I used to actually a decent amount of skulk in the Cyberpunk city, but other than that, it's really annoying to work in. Okay, Mandolin. Okay, yeah, just push your glasses up over there. Actually, it's a skulk catalyst. I have the whole wiki memorized, and it's not a shrieker. The warden drops a catalyst. Okay. I'm just kidding. We need a little asymmetry up here. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna do that. Can I put a cactus flower directly on top? Why does that look so good? And why have I never tried that before? Wow. Discover something new every day. That's why we keep playing this game, right? Skulk is a really cool block, but agreed, not very buildable. Yeah, I love Skulk being in the game. I think it's very cool for the under areas. I think that's fun. But yeah, it doesn't really apply to many use cases. You know what? Instead of that, let's go in here, and this can tone down our glass by putting these on the inside. Yeah, that looks much better. And then we can also, and then we can give him a little leafy blocky thingy-mabop. Oak reef. Perfecto. Are you hyped up for the coming update? I'm really excited for it, actually. Yeah, I think it's going to be a pretty good update. I've heard the performance increases for it are very noticeable, which are really cool. There might not be the most insane stuff to do with the new update. I mean, the cubes are fun, but I personally probably won't be using them much. I will, however, be using the Cinnabar and the sulfur blocks quite a lot. Cinnabar I'm very excited for. And then I will probably be using sulfur a bit. I don't know about the sulfur spike too much yet, but I do like sulfur in its, the blocks itself. So I'm excited. I think they're going to be pretty sick. So TwitchCon stream this weekend, Saturday fWhip stream. If I wake up on time, yes, there will be a Saturday Twitch stream. I'm probably only going to do it on Twitch, I'll be honest. Because it'll be... Actually, no. If I stream on Saturday, I'll do both. There probably won't be a huge lead up before the stream starts. It's probably just going to turn on because it starts at 8:30 a.m. for me. And I typically am not alive by then. So if I'm alive we will do an early stream. Friday's stream this week is most likely going to be a bit shorter because I have a meeting in the afternoon that is kind of just outside of stream time. So we probably won't have the longest of Friday streams, but I do have a video coming out tomorrow. And then we'll be hanging. I don't know why I said we'll be hanging. We're not going to do anything tomorrow other than video will release. Maybe instead of that, do that. And the hanging sign, I'm actually going to change to Acacia for a fun Baba Galler. Give him a little sign, you know? A little sign. All right, we need to do this roof. Do we want to keep this roof brown or do we want to change it to something else? We need stairs for sure, and we need slabs, but let's look into here. I don't know what I want to do with it. How do you go mud to oak? What does that look like? We could do that. Hey, Kiwi. Something bolder. I kind of want it to be muted because I don't want it to be taken away of like the space behind it, you know? This is meant to be small vibe. Little guys live back here. Quite literally, this is the Dwarven District. Little dwarves. What if we made... What if we just pulled an audible in the lore of this world? And dwarves were like average 7 feet tall. And we make the elves like in lore are either really big, like really tall and grand and elegant, or they're just teeny tiny little scrawny things and live in trees or bake cookies and all that type of stuff. So we could no we're not. I feel that the world has a more classic RPG D&D type vibe when it comes to the different races that we have, the fantasy races and whatnot. Elves equal Enderman. I think you stay with brown. Yeah, there's a lot of gray around it. That there is. It kind of works out. Late night rugby league last night. Nice. Does anyone know a good tutorial for Axiom? I kind of want to learn a bit of it so I can make an island. The best tutorial you're going to find is by Ash's Den. It is an hour and a half long though, but it goes over everything. Yeah, the oak does pop a little bit too much. We got rid of the oak and just turned it into jungle. That might work better. Yeah, I think we'll go with this. Typically, you only really need 3 blocks for a roof anyways, so. We can get a little... Something else I think would be kind of fun to design and workshop on one day is we do a stream where the entire goal is to build different decoration things, like however many chimney toppers can you come up with, because like there's this design, you could also just throw an anvil in instead, and that kind of works out. You can do the campfire route, you can do different colors of all of it, you can do the big old boy right there with smoke just fuming out of it. You do a 2 wide with flower pots on the top of both of them. I think it could be kind of a, you do the stutter step to where it grows and skinnies out. I feel like that could be kind of a fun challenge. Probably also a good way of practicing and growing as a builder is you just pick an element like chimneys on houses and you just build 20 or 30 chimneys to see how many different versions you can make. They don't all have to be good, but you just keep building. Nothing like a good fWhip stream while material gathering for your mountain build project. I gotta get on that. Dude, I have so much andesite to gather for this dang thing. That's like this... I already knew that I had to gather a lot of tuff for this thing. I was not expecting to also have to gather like 80,000 andesite. And I have 3 stacks to my name right now because I ran out. Okay, I think we can actually call these all done. It's just the little street decorations now. Is this spawn perfector? It is. Keep clearing my foliage tab. I need to keep it. Yeah, that looks good. This is an andesite craftable. Yeah, but you need to use cobblestone and diorite, and I'm also almost out of diorite. And to make diorite, you need cobblestone and quartz, and I do not have that much quartz. I was thinking like a little bench there could be nice, but I don't know if we got enough space. No, that was the door. No public seating allowed. Got it. When in doubt, spam pots. You can never go wrong spamming pots in your world. True fact. Copper golem statues equal dwarves placed on the street. Ooh, I didn't even think about golems. Not a bad idea. And just one like up there, kind of nice. Just sitting. Yeah, he can just be sitting. No, I want them in like more prominent locations. I feel like I do like the copper golem being a just statue in the dwarven area, though. That's a cool vibe. So maybe he could be here. He's just T-posing on us. Just carve a bench into the rocks, go full dwarf. True. Man, I wish I had thought about that. No, copper golems didn't exist. But like an entrance into the copper, honestly? Wait a minute. Wait a darn second here. Like a side entrance into the dwarven area. They got little symbols of, hey, you're coming into the dwarf space. Not a bad idea with a little bit of copper. I like that idea. Who was that? Who? Valenite. Good idea. Yeah, if you could put copper golems on an angle, because most of the entrances I have into this space are angled, so it kind of makes it a little annoying. We could do a copper golem little fountain of sorts. He's just in here. Built small hypodrome in my hardcore world. World like half amphitheater. I don't know what a hypodrome is. Sounds cool. Watch a stream from a console, so I have to use my phone to chat. All good, dude. Oh, come on in. Little cop, Mossy call. Oh yeah, I was thinking we needed something here. This is all just coarse dirt. This coarse dirt is in the world already, but it doesn't mean it can't be changed. The warped might be too out there, but I also kind of love it. Like it got painted. I saw something recently. What was it? How does a candle look in a shelf? No, what was it? Somebody did something really cool. I kind of want to get more involved with shelf tech like this, but I'm also scared to do it. But something like that's kind of fun. What if we did like a wall in between? Yeah, that's kind of fun. A copper golem workshop for a golem, right? Yeah, somebody could take one of the interiors and turn them into a copper golem workshop. Love Fairy streams are mostly early in the night for me because they're really cozy. I feel like I stream a lot later than most people. I'm like at this weird in-between stream crowd where there's the morning streamers, which are my time morning, which are typically the European crowd that are streaming. And then there's the afternoon streamers that are more my time zone that go live in the evenings here. So it's kind of a weird balance. Those can't be changed. Those have to be a trapdoor. What trapdoor could we use? We could alternate based off of what we would have hanging. Because Tough Hall doesn't really have colors to it. But we can just use path colors here. It's a little flat, which is not my fave. Would you like to make some YouTube videos with creative planning plus or purely sticking to the streaming? I include some creative planning stuff in streams or in videos where I think it works out well, but as a lot of y'all probably noticed, creative planning streams here tend to be a little chill, you could say. Can I like hide some of these in here to be able to extend the banners down? That kind of works. Wool blocks, they're too chunky. But yeah, I find that creative streaming for me is a lot of just stop and stare, and turning that into entertainment in videos is very, very difficult. Saw this awesome bird design with daylight sensors, the mumbo geese, the mumbo goosen. Fences instead of the trapdoors. I don't really mind it right. Honestly, it might just be too much. Let's, yeah. Let's just leave it open. But what we could do is just like something like that. And then take a loom, banner, light blue dye and white dye. And we'll also take one of these. Throw you in. We'll do like a little on the tippity top right like there. So you can just have a little fun detail to him. This guy we're going to take from the top coming down so we can carry that blue in a bit better. And then maybe at the bottom we just like fully white it out so that that stays there. This guy in the middle, he might need just a gradient on him too. I don't know how this would work. See, I don't want that. Is there a way I could make it like a light blue bottom? Straight this. Let's go back to blue. What happens if I just slap this guy in here? And our bottom one. Oh, I wanted that to be a little bit higher. Let's see, bottom, it needs to be white towards the top half, just like a blocked out white maybe. Honestly, kind of cool. Let's take our top one and get that middle white coming through. Just like a middle line right there. And then I will also put this. Oh, but then actually I want to take you back, be back up here, get that, so that, like, nope. Might be able to work connecting, but it's... that ain't staying. That one, we're gonna restart. We're gonna get rid of that. Okay, so white. Let's start with this. Let's get our middle beam down. Maybe we do that from there, but then we come back from the bottom and we put the blue on it so it kind of has like a double and it makes it a little softer. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of cool. Got any tips for terraforming? I start with the layers method, but it looks really bulky. Any tips? Yeah, what Kiwi say with a spiderweb method is what I typically recommend if you're doing it by hand. Which is basically, think of a spider web. So if you think about a spider web, instead of doing like layer by layer going all the way up it, you'd think like, okay, I know I want an outer line coming along here. So you build that line first. You just make a single block line going along the entire edge. And then you're like, I know I want to start down here. So you make a block line going up to there. But instead of just a straight line up, you're like, ooh, I want it to curve back. So let's move back in a little bit and build that up and curve it in there. And then you got your first line in. And then all you do is you come to the end here, you make your second line that connects back down to the ground. And then you go somewhere in the middle, you make a line that connects back up. And then you keep going in between those and make lines that connect from one point to the other. And then after you've got enough lines in where then you're like, okay, I can come back and I can roughly see the shape that I want. Cool. Now I'm going to go start filling in between those lines. And that's what I recommend. Any specific YouTuber to watch for that method? I honestly, I'm like one of the people who pioneered it a bunch back in the day. But I'll be honest, I don't do it much anymore because I use a lot of creative planning tools for my builds. But what I just mentioned is kind of how it works. You can go check out my old videos if you want to see it. Like the Building with fWhip series, I did a lot of it. But they are pretty old. I'm really curious how you going to put those amethyst shards on an amethyst block in survival. These aren't budding amethysts. All you do is you break them with silk touch and you can move them, place them wherever you want. All you need is silk touch. You can't move budding amethyst, but you can move amethyst blocks and crystals. Yeah, I like this little plaza now. Maybe build some illegal brewery or distillery in a small gap between the buildings. Maybe they even dug a cave to hide it. We already have a few breweries in here, but yeah, like we have a few caves that still need to be filled out. Like this is meant to be like a cold storage cave in here, but maybe something nefarious can be going on in those. Ooh, we still gotta clean that up too. Whoa. Whoa. Well, although the buildings are up here, let's do another walkthrough real quick and just see how we're feeling. So I will need to come back and add these golems in. That'll be pretty cute. I'm liking this. You kind of really grow up here. We've got our back rooms that you can walk through. We don't have doors. I think somebody broke my doors. Something tells me a mob came from under there and broke my doors, so I'm just going to do this temporarily. And nobody can break my doors. You're gonna do the mountain right by spawn or leave it for nostalgia? Only because I recognized your recent video. That mountain over there? Yeah, we're gonna redo that one eventually. I want to keep the similar shape to it that it has right now, but haven't figured it out yet. That's gonna have a door. This is also I want to change that to spruce. That's getting yellow because yellow. Somebody stole my door here too. Freaking zombies stealing my doors, man. Okay, so that's good. I like the back door just being a different crimson color. That's cool. We got this little space back in here. We could take some of our pale moss and work that into the cliff over here just to keep it consistent. How old is your world? We're almost 4 years. Okay, that feels pretty good in here. I like it. This will be an entrance back out to the main street, which can also go through that guy from there to here. And then we've got this new one got added in today. I think it works out. I think it's good enough to leave it for now. We got this little house back in here that is going to be pretty sweet. It's got a little private garden. Space right in there for it. And then we got our back street that comes all the way down here. Just, I feel maybe honestly all this needs is just a chair. I think we literally just need a chair. Ah. Just like a chair or two. I've been using this as a chair design recently, and it's so simple and I love it. It's been my go-to chair recently. Building with dirt is a new level of skill. Yeah, dirt's just a good brown block. Good messy brown color. Okay, so that then brings us down to here. That's feeling pretty sweet. We have this to mess around with. Do we want to try it? Let's see. What can I find? Pinterest. Minecraft playground. Ideas. Oh my god, somebody made the perfect little seesaw. They definitely would have seesaw technology in this era. We're saying for sure they have seesaw technology. This is just, I figured first and foremost, we probably want a bench or two. So I'll have a bench. I'll have a bench. Just for people to be able to watch the kitties playing. Okay. We probably want to have a little table or something out here too. So let's just do that, and then we can just use more campfires. So maybe there's like a little table that kiddos can hang around in back here. Okay. Argonaut statue in Lord of the Rings. Oh, you're talking about it on the big river? I don't want to do it. A lot of people mention that. I'm not super big on the idea of it. Let's actually use a wall in the middle. This is the design somebody used for a seesaw. It might take up too much space, but just so y'all can see it, it's kind of cool. They did this. Then it was two here and bam. And two here and bam. A little seesaw. It's really big. It's pretty big for the space. So maybe we just like shorten it up a touch. It's kind of funny looking. There, we can have a seesaw. I really want like a swing somehow. A swing and or monkey bars. I feel like that is pretty, maybe they don't. Maybe we don't have a swing, but we can have monkey bars. Let's go with, mangrove. Chain, not bars. Five. Yeah. I so wish you could get these to connect better. I guess we could just do mangrove slabs. I do have a swing over there. You're so right. Okay, so we don't need a swing. We already got swing covered. What other playground equipment is there on here? Need something small. Something we can just throw like right in here. The monkey bar. I feel like monkey bars might need to be an extra block tall. Give that terrifying factor, you know, if you fall the wrong way, you'll roll your ankle for sure. But like, you know, that's kind of like our ladder to climb up. You can grab on and then you're good. I think I'm going to get rid of this. And we're actually going to move this guy back a touch. There, create some more space. I was really expecting there'd be more playground vibe ideas. I don't want it to be like full modern playground, but I was expecting there'd be something. This is so cool. This is not survival friendly at all, but look at this build. Look at this thing. This is insane. Look at that. Creeper heads in there. That's the coolest Minecraft beetle I think I've ever seen. It's definitely armor stand magic and everything to the max because you have silverfish in here. You have multiple layers of buttons. It's very much a perspective piece. But that's so freaking cool. Man, Minecraft is fun. We could just do like a minecart that goes around. I feel like we still need to have a walkway through. So we need to keep the walkway in mind, which kind of right now is going there. So I think I may move you back. That kind of keeps our walkway right through there still, so that's good. Show the view from above. Pretty big city. Pretty big city. What other things are on playgrounds? Slide, I feel like, is not the best. Like a Pokemon themed playground. The sulfur cube is dumb but good. I don't know how to feel. I don't think it's dumb. I think it's actually a really cool feature. I think the sulfur cube is going to be one of those that's going to release, and a lot of people are like, what even is this? It's so stupid. And then you're going to see a hermit crafter use it, and you're going to be like, oh my god, it's amazing. And it's just going to be like every other feature that's ever released where the internet says, this thing sucks. And then you're going to see some big name YouTuber use it. And then people are going to be like spamming my comments saying, oh my god, have you tried Sulfur Stone? You have to try Sulfur Stone. Sulfur Stone is the coolest thing you could ever include in your Minecraft world, fWhip. How have you not Sulfur Stoned yet? Sorry, I'm just speaking from past experience of any time Minecraft has released a feature. I don't quite know what this is. I did see it, and it looked kind of cool. Dude, just nail the 14 and under Minecraft players to a T, please. That's like 21 and under Minecrafters at this point. That's the Minecraft hater community is in their late teens at this point. The young Minecrafters the young ones are still, they're Robloxing, so they're not super Minecraft hater yet, because they would prefer to spend their parents' money on Roblox. I feel like one thing I always appreciated on playgrounds growing up was that they would have the ability for people that didn't want to be, you know, playing and doing all that active stuff. They could just sit there and they could grab a book and they could just vibe out, you know? Like, not everything you had to do had to be about being the most active person ever and blah, 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 blah. Like, you just hang if you wanted to. So we're gonna build that in too. Then we can have a little place with some books. Rent out a book if you'd like. Let's go for feeling old. Woo, feeling old. Yeah, I think that works. It's not the most flashy, colorful thing, but we kind of have browns and used warm tones throughout most of it, so. I mean, I could do this. No, that's McDonald's. We don't have space to do like a climbing frame with a slide, really. I mean, we could get rid of this. We could just do the teeter-totter there. This could just not have a railing going down the steps itself. Make it like one of the jungle gyms from the 70s, you know, that just you're defying death every time you're on it. Now that'll stay. Something. Alright, monkey bars sideways and not longways. You could always do that with lightning rods and signs. I don't know. These are just some sort of climbing bar. You grab and you just climb and go along. I don't know. You're probably right, though. I mean, we could actually run signs down. I think we do have the space. smart about this. There we go. That'll work. Yeah, good call. That looks better. Nah, they'll just land right here. What do you, there's no end. There's no end of the slide that's gonna keep them safe. No, 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 no. You just land in the dirt, dude. You're just, and then you can run around here, and you get up your ladder, and you just go wee, and then you go run around here. You get up your ladder, and you go wee, and you run around here. You get up your ladder, and you go wee. You know, you just go wee, and then run and up. Tell me you wouldn't do this for hours. And then you fall off the side. You break your arm. Yeah, the mangrove works really well. Yeah, we'll keep the teeter-totter in. Why not? It's fine. It's not my favorite thing, but it is what it is. I think we broke foot. No, no, it's just having fun on a playground, dude. I used to love a playground as a kid. No, Pooch, you're 1E short. Kids will try and walk on top of the monkey bars, and that is natural selection. Have y'all ever seen the old what is it? 1960s
Give us another
play set. No. Play Garage, thank you so much for 26 months of wee. No, what am I looking for? Have y'all seen these? This is like, these are actually what, this is a terrible picture because it's from the 40s and then it was terribly compressed and uploaded to the internet. But this is what playgrounds used to be back like 80 years ago. Like this is what playgrounds used to be, just a metal bar and a ladder to get up to the top of it, and kids would just be going all over it. I was trying to go for some like a little bit safer vibe than this, but it just, I mean, you would not have caught me up here. But there's a little fireman pole to come down. Why is it so tall? So that there's a higher chance of breaking their neck or something. I don't know. Yeah, no, this is a legitimate playset, like playground from the, like, this is 1940s is what I googled. Who knows the actual year on it, but yeah, that's what playgrounds used to look like. So if you're worried about safety features in here, nah, man, that'd be so much worse. My school in Ukraine had this a few years ago when I was graduating. Love to know that they're still around. The old times playgrounds were really safe, super safe. I mean, look at this. Look how professional I am. Woo! I'm so good at the playground. Dude, I'm professional monkey. Professional monkey bars acrobatic. I'm not at all. I kind of want to get a little wagon in. I haven't built a wagon for a minute. We need a little wagon. Ye old classic fWhip wagon. I don't know why I said it like that, but I did. Despawn proofed it. I did. Let's put some candles over here. Good. They replaced all the playgrounds in my town with those plastic ones. Never got to try the wooden ones at my elementary school. Yeah, when I remember growing up, we had all of the like stainless steel ones or aluminum ones that just would scald your skin if you touched them during the summer, so they just weren't usable anytime that it was hot outside, because they would just collect all of the heat and you would touch it and you feel like you're touching the sun, dude. I kind of feel like something here. What I could do. Oh, that looks dumb. I think I'm just gonna make it so it's not the same flat plane. It's still bothering me. We're just gonna do that. The rubbery soft ground, dude, that would give you the terrible, like the worst turf burn of your life coming off of a slide. What district are you building? We've been working in the Dwarven district today so far. Another good 2 hours of building. All of this is going to be stuff I'll probably just clean up in the actual world. But I think actually that's the Dwarven district done. Kind of crazy, dude. This one is done here too, so that's good. And yeah, all of these are done except that guy who's waiting for the update whenever that's gonna drop. Hopefully we learn that on Saturday. It did enter pre-release, so that means within 2 weeks if we're going off of typical Minecraft history. That'll bring me back to my childhood. Okay, I want to go get a screenshot just for inspo of my other market stalls I've made, because I really love the market stalls over here. I feel like I did a good job on them. So let's just take a little screenshot here. Mostly because I want to steal the tent designs that are in these, just to make something more like them than just a flat top tent. I like that these have the little like spike to the center of them. I think it's just kind of fun. A little fun, funky, and fresh, you know? So we're gonna take this one here. We'll go work on it. I think it said June. Did it say? Alright, Stam, see you around. Okay. We can go with our middle point being right here. This one can have boom, boom, and then boom. El Natural. That back point can also be raised up, but this is going to be like our... Actually, this can also be a peak, but this will be like our peakiest peak. This guy also needs to come too high because that's where people will be walking inside. This would be to here. No. This needs to come down for sure farther. Ooh, I also have shelves now that we can use for some shaping. Haven't used shelves on these guys before. Kind of feel like a little bam bam is kind of nice. And then we can put like an extra support post right here. This can all just kind of hang. This guy will be, if I can place on top, a slab, slab. This here, I was also using hanging signs. I'm seeing to do like flatter edges. Kind of fun. Do that, smooth that little gap out. I was gonna ask if that snow castle tunnel will connect to the episode 3 castle. No, it's gonna connect to, it's only gonna connect to that one for now. Could potentially make it also connect into here, which will then connect to there, but main route is gonna go up to there. But there could be like a secondary tunnel or something if we get the inspo for it. Work. Kind of weird looking, but I think it's okay. Now we're gonna make those solid. It's a little chonky right now is the problem, I think. There's not enough like flowiness to it that I'm getting right now. We're going to drop that down. That's going to go to there. That's going to come down, which we can do trapdoor to bring it back up a touch. Both those are going to come down. Actually, that's going to be a slab, but that's going to stay down. And it can actually come to there. YouTube friends, if you haven't, be sure to click the like button on the stream. Helps me out a bunch, so I do appreciate it. Okay. Never mind. I thought I could place a block on that. That's okay. It can be open. All right. I think that'll work for number 1. From far enough away, can't really see it, so that doesn't really matter. That looks market stall-y enough. This guy here, I think we're just going to do that really simple bamboo one that I've done a few times. That's just this scaffolding beehive. Because it needs to still be like movable in here, because this is where things will get loaded and unloaded. So we're just going to do a quick... I think somebody just set up here temporarily. No, actually, this needs to stay open. Maybe we have a pallet sitting here. That's something that the crane could be unloading things onto. Just kind of a rough idea of a wooden pallet. Something like that could work. It's probably a little too close to it. But we can have that, and then we can have like a barrel or something on it. Maybe these things are like ready to be loaded on. Actually, I should have kept that lime on me. Got about this for spacing. What should this stand sell? Hay bales? I don't know if hay bales would be coming on or off of the ship. It'll be hard to ride a horse through here. Good thing there's no end. Or it's an end, so there's no need to get a horse through. This one here is just going to be this. Yeah. Could sell fruit. Honestly, I kind of like the idea of a grocer. Composters. Let's get some carrots. Get some potato. Get some coral, some water, some trapdoor. It's another type of coral that we could have that be like another type of berry or something. That's okay if it's showing. That's fine. Actually, just replace it with this. Or it can just be a barrel. And then that would be easy, bam, bam. I always like to do a little farmland if I'm doing something. With food, because it's very easy to just grow one up real fast. If I want to jump off the end with my horse, you gotta, if you're up for that challenge, you're trying to get that challenge, you gotta make a solution for yourself. We could do. I just threw the loom I picked up. Put some different color candles around. They kind of look foodish. Yeah, horses can swim in Minecraft now, so it's fine. I forgot that I did add this little wall in here. I need to remember to build that. Where's a sign? I'm using these now as markers almost of like, hey, you have something here that does not exist in the world yet. You need to make this. Oh, that also needs a sign on it too, because I haven't done that yet. that can actually be a lime because it's been done or it's designed. Hey Moss, how we doing? Welcome on in. I'm behind on VODs uploading to the second channel, so I gotta get a few up there for you. Sorry. They've been really confusing to get downloaded. They haven't been working how how I'm wanting them to. They keep downloading like fragmented, which is not good. It's kind of nice. I really like that ruined tower and like the staircase it has to get to the top. I think that's pretty fun. Ew, biome coloring. Ew. It's fine. It's fine. I'll deal with it. Blech. All right, this stand here. What are we gonna have? We could just kind of do barrels and generic. Extra supplies back here, you know. Andrew, you sound like you got this whole frog thing thought out. I think you should go for it and do it. Ozza, thanks for hanging. You have it going, all right? Is the spawn proof down here? It's not. But I could probably just sneak a glow lichen in. Yeah, nobody's going to notice that. Or the fact that that's not textured yet. Really got to clean this up one of these days. Oh, man. Will I ever join Hermitcraft? Yeah, I was on there a few weeks ago. Dude, I still got the IP saved in everything. Wait, no, I did. Haha, I don't need to make a new one. Hee hee. Oh, biome coloring, ruining my fun. A day could be today. No, they kicked me off the whitelist pretty quick. Joe was on top of it. Eee. Did you end up replacing the torch near Foglax floor in the big water room? I have in the survival world. I haven't in this world. But yes. What else could we throw in here for a little gizmo or gadget or something? Attack turn, sure. Don't forget to wax the signs. Yeah, I just do it in the actual world. I don't tend to do it in this one. There we go. I think that's good for that spot. And we have to do all the greenery down here too. I'll dedicate 2 small drip leaf to this. This probably needs to get redone. Yeah, before I texture that side, I'm gonna be really lazy on this one. We're just gonna do a little pale moss and cobble. Mossy cobble. Oh, we did do this though, so I should keep that consistent. Did I do that up here too? I did not. Okay. That, and we just run a little bit of extra right along here. That's okay. Over here, though, this needs more of a full redesign, not just a texture. That I'm just gonna leave because it's whatever. I do think we keep this like overhang element to it that already exists here because I think it works out fairly well. Is that decent enough? It's not terrible. Honestly, I think we might just do that. How close is the spot to the playground? You gotta get the tiniest cave and had his kids hideout spot in it. It's pretty far, but this is, I mean, they're all the way up there, but I mean, there'll be kids throughout the entire city. We'll create the littlest of teeniest of tiniest spots. I don't tend to slab terrain too much. I know it's definitely better to do it because you can really smooth things out. But sometimes you just go, can't be bothered. There we go. That'll be their little hideout. And then as far as the landscaping goes, we need to put our highlights in because this is natural rock. My precious andesite. I don't have much of this. Stone is kind of our mid-tone. What do we... Oh, I was doing coal ore in here. This is honestly a really rough gradient. This is not the smoothest of gradients. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think I really cooked with that one. Do you think a little bit of this would have helped? A little bit of green there, and maybe a little bit of green here. Yeah, that'll work. Now we can go back to my foliage spam. Since nobody comes down here. Well, the kids do, but they want to be hidden, so they don't clear out the brush. We'll just have, like, right there be shorter, so it looks like that's maybe where they walk up into it. Maybe they go for a swim in the harbor, and then they all swim up the little river and they come hang out here. Just Eston, welcome in. Just wanted to say I love your content. I appreciate it, dude. Glad you enjoy everything. That's not too shabby. There we go. I think that does the trick for back in here. I get rid of those. Yeah, sure. Up here, we can just throw in a little bit more grass. I like the leaves being over there, but we don't need them everywhere. And the flowers too. No flowers? Nah, we don't need them. I think it looks better without. Cool. Now that that's good. That kind of finishes all of the planning that needs to be done within the city walls for now. We actually didn't get the plant potters today. It's looking very built up. Yeah, we gotta get caught up in the actual survival world. It's all fun and games in here, but we gotta get it actually built up in the world. How do you add all the small changes you do to your hardcore world? I just create a Litematica file of all the little spots, move it in over there, and then I redo it all. So I do it twice, pretty much. I'm so tempted to redo this. So tempted. Not today, though. Not today. Dude, I still don't know what I want to do on these plant potters. Because you can see here, I did try making some trees. I didn't leaf them. But I did try. Maybe we just do 2 trees at the front. So you kind of come through here, you get your 2 trees in there. And then the rest of these pots are just like leaves and flowers. I did leave them alone, it's true. What did I get out? I got rid of grass. Burn. That's a hotbar that's never supposed to change. Those bottom 2 are supposed to be there forever. Like if we do... we could almost do like a... kind of like something like this going all the way up. Might honestly be enough of a vibe. Not the farthest up one, we just do that. I kind of like it, I'll be honest. I think that works out well because I love the blue sky we get up above it. I think I'm gonna put these in. I'm gonna leave them here for a while. I'm gonna wander through this space at least like 100 times over. And we'll see if we liked them. Little Christmas tree type vibe. Maybe be like a cypress tree, but the problem is I made these 2x2. If I made them 3x3, we could easily squeeze skinny trees in here. But 2x2, I feel like is hard to make a tree that looks decent without it bleeding over and being off center. I do think this works. I think just that extra flower as you're looking up, I think it's pretty nice. Ooh. Thanks for teaching me how to make a pickaxe, but I still don't know how to make a furnace. Could you tell me? Oh, I'm glad you figured it out. That's really good. Yeah, so for the furnace, you have to go collect ancient debris, which you get from the nether. You have to craft that into a netherite block. And then you get 8 netherite blocks, and you need to then get blaze powder. You do the 8 netherite blocks in a circle with blaze powder in the middle. That'll get you your furnace. But in order to get the netherite blocks, you do have to smelt stuff. So you have to make a smithing, or not smithing. You need to make a blast furnace first, or you can go find a furnace in a village, and that'll really allow you to start leveling up your game. Feel like these pots are too big for what they hold, don't they? Yeah, but it's meant to be like very much like a decorative thing, but yeah, probably. I don't know. I'm going to leave them for a few and just see how the vibe sits for a bit. I mean, you could just, like, make the leaves even taller. Or the alternative is we literally just do, like, that's our tree. But then we're cutting off the second story of the houses, which I don't know if I really like. Like, we could just do really bushy areas. So do we like this? Yeah, upside down trees above your cyberpunk city. Now, eventually I want to get rid of that ceiling. Honestly, that's kind of nice too. We could get a little bit of color. And put little candles as flowers on the top. Oh, that's weird. Color's a little dull. I kind of like them being a little dull, but we could try. Maybe right on Azalea. No, it's just going to be a square. Okay, thoughts on the candles, though. I kind of think the magenta candles are kind of a vibe. Kinda, you know, kinda. Can't put one up there. You don't like them? Fine, Rofo. No. No. No magenta candles? Y'all are so boring. What if we do both? Huh? Neutral on the candles? Okay, fine. It's not just Rofo now. I actually have to listen. Oh, right. We could put resin on instead and get... We do orange instead of purple. That's more unique. Let's do that. I like that resin idea. That's cool. Yeah, I think resin instead of these is going to be... Let's do that. A little darker at the bottom. We could put a little bit of our birch back in at the bottom. Just like the occasional little bit in there. Or maybe oak. Yeah, oak might blend a little bit better. Candles give fWhip was here. I picked up the candles on trees tip from Vigo Man years ago. That's not even a fWhip original right there, actually. That's a Vigo Man. Am I gonna actually have to go run my resin farm again? I haven't ran it since you could name tag creaking to keep them alive, so I still have to do the old nighttime method. Those up there I feel like are good as just the double tall flower planters. This song's too much right now. Exploring a world for the farm and storage makes you feel alive, though. That's kind of why I spread them around, yeah. It helps me feel a lot more connected when I'm doing. It does make things a little bit more tedious at times, I will say that. But the overall is that I feel that I stay a lot more engaged in what I'm doing. I think mega, super, massive, giga storage room, all you could ever need bases are great if you want to play Minecraft in a phase and restart later. But if you build a base that has everything you could ever need in it in one location with the best of the best and you never need to upgrade any of it, you're going to kind of burn out and not want to play, in my opinion. What release are we? 26.1.2 right now. One sec. I'm gonna go blow the leaf blower. No, I'm gonna close the window because the leaf blower's outside, and I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick. So BRBs. I'll leave you all with this as the view. We can see how we sit on this for a minute. Okay, be right back. Okay, we back. It's standing time. Sorry, I'm getting my standing mat in the right position. What's interesting, Rofo? So next year will be 27. Yeah, 27.1 will be the first update of next year. What I really wish I could do right now. I was a creative builder, man. If I wasn't limited by these stupid placement responsibilities, restrictions and stuff. Ugh. Love. It'd be so nice. But I can't. Oak leaves, birch leaves, spruce leaves, azalea leaves. Moss. All right, let's try these trees. Finally, the university street is getting plants. We're attempting them. I built these trees a long time ago, I'll be honest. Mud. And then we need spruce. 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 Oak. It honestly might just be a restart angle, but I want to see what we can do with what we have already. So I think I did a good job framing the street so you can still get a vision through it, but it's more just the trees themselves. We've seen better days. And I need strip spruce log too, because we gotta. Just need a little bit of graying. Little bit of gray. Stupid parrot. I think these trees can hold up. I do think that this right here needs a branch that's like dead, but still hanging, you know? Maybe quite literally hanging. Yeah. I think that works. What did the parrot do? It's making creeper sounds. Can I hear it making the little creeper hiss? So we do have 2 trees. So the middle is actually not going to be our highest point. So that actually makes sense to come back down. The highest points are going to be somewhere over in here. Like that. And, oh my gosh, that comes from that tree. Wow, that branch is far over here. Okay. That also comes from the other tree. Wow, this one tree, I really said this guy is taking over the other tree. Yeah, whatever. Let's leaf it. And move on to placing leaves. You like that, Rofo? That was for you. Oh, that one was for Rofo, everybody. Feel better now? Great. Good, good, good. I've had this thought for a while, but have you thought about having a halfway excavated fossil in the quarry? Oh, like over there? That could be kind of cool. I haven't really thought about that. I feel like maybe not in that quarry. I've thought about having like tree roots in it that are showing through the walls from the world tree, because that probably would happen with how close it is. But I haven't really moved forward on any of it. I don't feel better for trying to update my world to the latest version. Oh no, did you break everything? I just use Prism Launcher and it does it pretty easily. I use Prism Launcher to double check that all of the mods are working, and then I still use default Minecraft Launcher for my actual instance, because then I can goof around with all the mods in the Prism Launcher instance and double check they work before I do anything big with them. Okay, in here. I need a branch coming down. Lovely Execo 1. Nice. The best. Make sure you update your fabric version too. Alright. Trees take a while, so buckle up. We're gonna give this an honest effort. I don't know if we'll get the finalized version of it today, because I do tend to redo my trees quite often before I get them to a point that I'm happy with. But if we can at least get the start of a canopy in here, that's a good... it'll be a good test to see if we actually like the idea of a tree being here, or if we want to just do our shrubberies. I think in theory I want the tree, because it can almost act as like an entry portal of sorts into foliage university lands. You know, like you're entering University Street and you just see this big old, you have to walk underneath these big old trees that the school cares for. Like that in itself is the main drive behind wanting to actually get this to work. But yeah, we're going to use oak leaves as the main, and we're going to highlight azalea, and then birch will still be on the outside, and spruce is going to come in on the inside to be like shadowed leaves. I love build. I'm terrible at roofs. What's your opinion on people using copying your block placement exactly, but changing the block colors in their fauna worlds? I mean, what I always say on it is, if you're making it for yourself, who cares who you copy? If you're making it to share with others and you're taking credit for it, that's where there's a problem. But if you're just building something in Minecraft and you want to just have a cool Minecraft world and you're like, you know what, I'm happy with this, I don't mind using fWhip's build here because it makes my world look better, but like I still know it's fWhip's build, and also I'm not really showing this to anybody, this is for me, so who really cares, then that's fine. But if you're going on like, I'm gonna go post on Twitter about this amazing build I came up with and look at all these things, and then you just used like my build in there, then that's where I would be like, maybe not. Maybe instead of that, we start thinking about how we could give credit where it goes. But if you're just using it, just to use it, who cares? Use my builds all you want in your... If you're playing single-player Minecraft and you're just vibing out yourself in there, use every single one of my builds. If your entire world is literally just a build along with what I make, have fun. I think that's great. The only time there's ever issues with it is when you get into the realm of people taking credit for things that they didn't do. That's the only time I ever have issue with people copying builds. Rage baiting Reddit by taking screenshots in your world and saying, look what I built. But then, you know what'll happen, Rofo? Is that post won't get banned on Reddit and it'll get like 10,000 karma. Because none of the Reddit mods probably watch me. So they wouldn't know. And then I'll go to comment on it and be like, wow, this is my world, what the heck? And then it'll pop up that, hey, you've been banned from r/Minecraft. So it'll probably be fine. I got banned on r/Minecraft almost 3 years ago, and I've never been unbanned. No, not 3 years ago, like 8 years ago at this point. I was a wee little YouTuber. And literally all I did get banned on r/Minecraft was posted a screenshot of a castle I built before I even released the video. But somebody then went back to it after I released my video and said that I was self-promoting, and then r/Minecraft banned me for self-promoting when all I did was, I've been working on this castle. I call it Castle Bleakrock. Literally never mentioned in my channel. The only way it was self-promo is that my Reddit account had fWhip in the name. So somehow that's considered self-promo of my own stuff. But yeah, I don't know. r/Minecraft is such a mess of a place. It's such a terrible Reddit. It's ran so poorly. Always has been. Didn't you get banned on Twitter also? No, I'm still on Twitter. I still have a Twitter account. I just don't post. Twitter is one of those where I will post important updates if I feel like I need to share something, or I might put the occasional random thought in there of just, I don't have anywhere else to put this. But there's just, it's such a bad platform now too. After it got turned into X, it just only went downhill. So I tend to not use it too much. And if I'm not using it, then I just don't bother posting on it. Oh, I never finished the branch. I don't do a lot of social media, period. I'm doing less and less social media. I'm becoming more of a login and post and close down social media person. And I appreciate it. I like it. It does mean that I post less overall, but my socials were never like a huge aspect of my channel to begin with, I think. I mean, I'm over 100K on Twitter. I'm nearing in on 100,000 on Instagram, but I've never really used it as a place of caring to farm engagement or anything like that. So it's always just, it's just kind of there. And a lot of like my Twitter followers do not use the platform anymore, so it's not super important. I might have 100-something thousand followers on Twitter, but my average post gets like 6,000 engagements on it, so it's not like my audience is really there anymore. They're either not there, or they're using different accounts, or the algorithm just is like, yeah, we don't need to show him this Minecraft guy, that's fine. We need to keep a few peepholes to go down and be able to get some light in. Like, that doesn't need one though, but like that could be an important one. We don't need 3 here. That can be there. That shows all the way through because it can go through walls. Okay. Now that we got these in, I do think I'm enjoying it more. Definitely is overgrowing, but I actually think a tree right there is kind of cool. Like a big blob of green tree going on. I'm okay with these. We need to give a little bit more verticality to them. So I think this one will, because right now they're the exact same height. This guy we will try and get him to be a little bit taller, I think. I think Instagram is unnecessary. A lot of people still use Instagram. You'd be surprised. What I've been using Instagram for lately, just because I can't be bothered to put together story posts too often, so I might do it every once in a while. If I'm like up to something really fun that I want to share, or I'm trying to get something to be a business expense. But I've been using it just reposting the shorts that I make over there. And I've been surprised to find that some of the shorts I make might not do the best on the YouTubes, but they've been doing really well on Instagram. And I only post them to TikTok so that I can claim that I posted it there first, and I can now get rid of people who are reposting my content. I tried to get Blue Sky going, and I could not get myself to actually remember to open it. We got 3 coming in here, so we'll do that. Don't like it. There we go. And this needs to definitely come down over here. We haven't really done much of the down on this corner at all. Like where it starts to curl back around underneath itself. Which I don't like it to curl back a ton, but I do want to make it just thicker, you know? Especially up here where it's probably just kind of splaying out on the roof. What's a good method of practicing building? Find a reference online and try and make it in-game. Find a reference that is not Minecraft. Make that in-game. That's the big part. If you can start to figure out how to look at something that is real world architecture or art or concept art or, I don't know, 2D drawing or something, and you can figure out how to translate that into Minecraft blocks, that's how you're really going to become a lot better of a builder, in my opinion. That's where you start picking up on the art skills of Minecraft and less of the blocky build game. This backside definitely needs some help. Headcanon, the people who live in the house with his balcony aren't allowed to trim back the branch of this tree because it's old enough to be a historical monument. Yeah, they just got to deal. Eventually, the tree's just gonna grow through their window. And they're sorry, can't touch it. You now have a very drafty home. Okay, we need to come through and just like thicken up the canopy a bit. Adding our spruce in here is going to help with like shadows along all of it.
Pleased to meet you.
Logan, thank you so much for the 25 months. Really appreciate you. Thank you. Might make a decent bird box in the trees. Well, it is a burb tree in the city, so, you know, it's gonna have some parrots in it for sure. I want to make it somewhat shady down here, but I still want it to be... I guess I already spawn-proofed the road, minus right here, so... just throw a quick little lichen in there, and that doesn't matter. We can make it as dark as we want. I do like the idea of some natural light coming through, like right there in the middle. So I want to keep that one for sure, like that. Those two will make sure stay open. Does that change much? Now we can cover this one in too. The goal of this right now that I'm doing here is just to make the canopy of the tree look thicker without really adding a whole lot of bulk to the outside of it, because I do like to keep my trees somewhat close to their branch network that I make, because I just think it helps them feel a bit more realistic. There also wouldn't typically be a ton of leaves on the middle of a tree, so we want to be careful about how much we bring them back in. A lot of times when if you ever look at the innards of a tree, not just a tree from a distance, you like walk under and look up, there's a lot of open branches that you can see because all the leaves fall off and then they regrow on the outside so that the tree can keep getting its magical sun superpowers. That's looking pretty good though. Fairy lights can be nice. I don't know if I really want to do fairy lights. How's it look on that? Green blob. Leaves are goofed up on the world map mod that I use right now, though. So Okay. That can go in there. Okay. Hmm. Just want some noise of like old branches maybe would have grown out of here. Just helps a little bit more with context. Kia, I'm assuming. Welcome on in. Good evening. Kia, I'm assuming. I don't know. Okay. Just like double checking to make sure I'm not eliminating any of the drilled holes that we have. So we just got those two. That's fine. I actually don't want to have one in the front here, so I could. Is that just one leaf? It is. Okay, we'll do that. That opens up a light coming all the way down there. We're just gonna kind of make a few. Oh, well. Internal temperature too high. Allow too cool. Oh, I guess my camera didn't like it anymore. Dude, we're in summertime camera mode. No signal. Camera died. It actually turned off. Wow, it's actually really warm. No, I'm gonna turn it off. Okay. Hello, turn off, please. That's so funny. No, I actually turned you off. There it goes. Well, that's fine. No camera. Summertime is here, baby. Okay, what do we think? I think it definitely gives the vision of you're walking through somewhere to a new section. We need something else that just screams Foliage University. Did I have like a symbol or something that I had done up here that I could use? Not really. So we could use this because it's not used anywhere. Honestly, I don't really hate it. I did the tree mosaics, but we don't really have space or something like that down here. Why am I making a magic billboard? We do that instead. This is where I wish you could put leaf litter on a vertical surface. Trying some glow berries on some branches. I kind of like it being darker, because then we get our light down here, and it's kind of like a cascading. It's like a guiding element of you can look up and see it, but for the most part, you want to be going through. Atmospherics and Voxy needs a lot of tweaking. Yeah. I think I got atmospherics actually pretty tailored in now. I'm pretty happy with mine. I like it needs to, it's a little just too flat right now. There we go. That gives it enough. Would be pretty epic to roll the trees the whole way up, maybe every other planter even. Yeah, it would. So the problem with rolling the trees all the way up, because that was the original plan, but then I was thinking about it, and I was like, every single, I mean, you would get the view of seeing all of these, like the under tree canopy bits, which could be kind of fun, but also you would lose a lot of the detail work that went into the sight lines, and not sight lines, the roofs and everything. So all like that, you wouldn't see it all. It'd be completely blocked. So you wouldn't see a whole lot of the stuff. And then I was measuring it out a little while ago to see what I would need to do to get to be able to still see the castle or the school, whatever the heck you want to call it. So if you think about, if we go here, we'd need to keep more or less that height open to be able to get the school through. Yeah. Yeah, Rofo's hating on me for trying candles to be decorative. Sorry for trying something unique, Rofo. Yeah, Bars, we got all of the houses up here finished up. We've been doing little street details, and we're messing around on the main university street right now. But, like, say even we stopped here. Say we stop here on the like the trees. So that stays in the planter. if I were to make the tree about that tall, if I come all the way back here, we lose the top tower. We lose the entire top tower of the university, which is not a view I want to break. I mean, would it be cool coming through here and slowly it gets revealed under a tree canopy? Yeah, but in reality, that would be the base of the tree. So if we think about that, that would be the bottom level of leaves. So the top level of leaves, to make it proportional, would have to be somewhat above there. And you can see that blocks it out completely. Or if we wanted to see the base, that would have to be the top. And then the other side is, if we did do a tree of that scale, it would be one of the tallest things in the city. So we just don't really have the scale with the slope of the road and for how long the road is to be able to get that viewport that I want by extending the trees up, which is why I've held off on it for so long. That's the big why of why I haven't done anything, is I want to still be able to see this. So we could potentially do like tree, 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 and tree. So we kind of get just this route, and then from there it opens up. But I don't know. I'm gonna leave it for now on just these guys, but we'll see. What if you shrunk the planter box and made some small birch or pine trees? I think I'm gonna leave these as the, because I wouldn't want them to be much taller, because then they're gonna be breaking up the roofs and all that and blocking a lot of the buildings. So tree planting is sounding good. Yeah, we just got these guys in today. These are new, which I think this is still a good entry point into Foliage University, which we could even if no, I want a different font. F. Nope. Oh. Whoa. I gotta spell it out in my brain. Oh my god, do I have exactly enough space? Oh. Why? Hate that these disappear so quickly. It's lame. It's so lame. What would brown look like? You have BB. You can? Where's that? Config. Sign text render distance. Oh. We could do FU 2026. We could do that. Yeah, that gets us 64 blocks, so that's at least... Yeah, I kind of like it. Not beeswax, it's honeycomb. What about a hanging banner going between the two trees? Yeah, kind of like across there. That might work out better. But it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 letters. So if we think, have to be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And That's still kind of one. I mean, it could end out there. And then that could be... I feel like we'll use the acacia. I'm gonna turn it over so slightly. Nope. That one would need to come forward. But then does he... Yeah, that's kind of funny. Oh. Oh, I got rid of my F. Bye, Rofo. I feel like this is like middle school art show banner. Tilt the W. Yeah. Can I do that here? How much I orange? Olia. Oliage. Students try to jump to tap the sign on their way in. Yeah, they just tap it and go, believe. Oh, sorry, wrong show. Stairs are a little big, but I don't know what to do outside of them. I mean, we could just do a hanging sign in here. How can I get this? That. Move. That. A little floaty, but you could use banners. Every now and then a pole with a banner flag on the university, maybe like, did we make a banner for the university? I don't think we did. I could design one, but yeah, I don't think we actually made a banner for the university. I don't think there's ever a logo besides tree. Raise up the middle letters. Yeah, let's just see what it looks like with a single line. I kind of like that better, I'll be honest. face cam decided to break. I think that's decent, plus that in the background. That's kind of fun. I think it's fWhip scaled. It feels grand at fWhip scale. This is my check. Does it feel grand when I'm in there? Me as a Minecraft character. Yeah, I think I like it. You get to figure out what you're having for dinner. I need to figure out what I'm having for dinner. And I gotta go to the store. So, I think with that, we're gonna call it here today. We got a lot of stuff done. The Dwarven District is tentatively done, which is kind of crazy. Another district is done, which is really cool. So we've got all of this to build, which is looking pretty nice. We got our little copper golems around the whole place. We've got this, where we added this in today. We got all these houses done. A little garden right in there. We've got a back little private plaza just in between some of the homes in here. And we've got this building is now done. That building is now done. This building is now done. We got our children's playground built out. We've got a little wagon. We've got this, where these are the front sides of those buildings. Those are done. There's a lot accomplished in today's stream. And we got this little plaza with our little golem and then the tough on the shelves and everything, which will be annoying. But we got to do what we got to do for the arts. And outside that, oh yeah, we got the planters in here. We got the trees, which are looking nice. And then, yeah, we did this a little bit in the harbor too. So we got all the foliage in here, which is cool. So we need to build it. Got that rock face cleaned up. And then we've got these guys here built out. So we need to design some of that stuff in game soon. Which means next creative streams, we are leaving the city behind. Unless we manage to do that when that guy's ready to be built up. And we have to start designing this. I do think, though, I'm going to do one video, which is going to be a gigantic video of I want to finish everything in here. I think one video finishing all of this would be really cool. So before I give myself a million things to do in a single video, that's probably a good point to stop at it. Oh, I got also in that same video. If I don't do it in that video, I'm never going to do it. Or maybe we just do it on a random live stream. But we'll need to get this thing sorted to get ourselves all the way up there. Yeah, it's going to be a harbor time in the future. But for now, I got to go to the grocery store and run some errands and do all that type of stuff. So, I don't got a face cam anymore. But thank you so very much for watching today's stream. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There will be a new video coming out tomorrow that is not really a new video. I'm trying a movie again. So if you're looking for something to vibe to in the background while you're going, or if you want to be like really, really cool and support the channel, just like turn it on and leave it on in the background while you're doing whatever else that you do. You can mute it, just like keep it playing and all that. I'd really appreciate it because the watch time on it helps it get out there a bunch. And those movies are actually gigantic for YouTubers nowadays for getting content out there and all that stuff. So they work out well. They work out really, really well. So thank you so very much for all the support on the stream, on the videos, all that cool stuff on the channel all around. But that is going to do it, my friends. So with that, I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye. I'll go find Sammy Raid. Don't worry. One moment. Un momento. Is that the Rec Rap is live? Is that him? Oh, he is. He's, I don't know. Y'all want to go watch some speed running? I've never seen Rec Rap live before, so we'll go give a raid to Rec Rap. Why not? We'll have some fun.